So today we have the tale of two very different climbs. One of us is a fine-tuned athletic machine, and the other one has increased his body weight by over 10% in the recent months. I'm not going to tell you which one it is.
It didn't start at the cookie fondo. I gave you too many cookies.
This is Phil Gaimon, a retired World Tour pro cyclist who, spoiler alert, is about to set the fastest known time up today's climb, Haleakala. We will be starting at sea level, going up the side of an active volcano to just shy of 10,000 feet or 3,000 meters. And look, the volcano has only erupted 3 times in the last 900 years, but it has been a while. So let's just say an eruption isn't off the table for today's video, to increase the stakes.
Mitch, are you planning to bury yourself and go for your best time, or stop and take in the views?
Everybody thinks I'm taking it easy, but I'm really pushing it as hard as I can. That's how slow my push it is. Oh, look at that guy enjoying himself, and I'm like, ah!
While Phil is going for the KOM, the King of the Mountain, my goal is to just get up the climb in under 4 hours. I ran some calculations with my cycling coach, and this will require me to do about 220 to 230 watts for the entirety of the climb. A few months ago, that would be a very doable goal because I was at my peak fitness and lowest weight. I easily maintained that power while climbing one of the most famous mountains in Europe,
just cruising,
the Stelvio. And I did it twice, back to back. I went up one side from Bormio down into Switzerland. Up the other side, that's the famous one with 3 billion switchbacks. It was beautiful, it was incredible, and not that hard. At least at the time, for me. In fact, I'm really proud to say I got a top 10 time on the segment from Bormio to the peak. Now, maybe that's because that segment wasn't the official segment and only 100 or so people have done that specific route. But the fact remains, I do have a little digital trophy on Stelvio, compliments of Strava. What I don't have is the fitness I had last summer, as you can see from this chart showing my fitness and its decline. In fact, the only cycling-related metric of mine that has gone up in the last few months is my weight. Here's a picture of me last summer, and here's a picture of me yesterday during the shakeout ride with Phil.
Dude, I am so out of shape, it's crazy.
Trust me when I say getting to the top of the climb in under 4 hours is going to be difficult. I mean it.
You're getting content?
Lucky for me, just because you're out of shape doesn't mean you can't look pro.
I'm kitted up with all my sponsors, right? Thank you, Attacker, for this great looking kit. I've got lace, very classic cycling look, but you know what's not a classic cycling look? That.
Did you pull a hair?
Yeah, I have plenty of them.
That's actually how I shave my legs.
You just one at a time.
Survive.
Survive.
Be careful.
Thank you.
I don't know if I'm not getting
Full YouTube.
You got your retainer?
And then I got this. All right, let's go.
Get it, buddy.
Bye. All right, so we're off. All the training I've avoided for months, I gotta pay for it now.
I know this camera angle makes it look flat, especially compared to my normal videos, but believe it or not, we are already climbing. Part of the illusion is because Haleakala is a shield volcano. The name comes from the fact that it looks like a giant shield placed on top of the surface of the earth. It's not a very sharp incline, it's a long, gradual incline. The climb averages a comfortable 5.8%, and that's what we're doing right now.
This is a long, slow climb, which makes for a really interesting video.
Construction on Haleakala Highway was completed in 1935. The highway is 37 miles long and starts in Kahului, Maui, and culminates, obviously, at the peak. Since the climb is basically just one long road and it's fairly straight, I didn't bother loading the route into my computer. That surely won't bite me later. There are some switchbacks as you get near the top. These were designed to minimize the impact to the national park, its geology, and the critters who live there, which those critters include the nene, an endangered bird who looks like a Canadian goose with only half a neck. And that's fine. Look, nothing against nenes. They're the official state bird of Hawaii, after all. I mean, Just because its neck is shorter doesn't mean it's any less special than the other geese with longer necks. The most important aspect of any given object is not the length. People tend to exaggerate things. For example, the title of this climb on Strava is World's Longest Paved Climb, but Colombia has a longer paved climb. Alto de Letras and Wuling Pass in Taiwan is even longer than that climb. Haleakala is still special. According to the National Park Service, which based on current events I really hope is still around by the time I release this video, the Haleakala Highway climbs from sea level to 10,000 feet, attaining this elevation in a shorter distance than any other road in the world. Just because it's not technically the longest in the world, that doesn't mean you can't enjoy riding it.
All right, we're 15 minutes, 30 seconds into the climb. Let's put the clock up on the screen and play a game. The name of the game is How Long Until Phil Passes Me? Place your bets in the comments below. Person that's closest gets a hearted comment from me and my unequivocal respect.
What is quivocal? I don't think it's a good sign that only 15 minutes in I'm already winded and can't say full words.
Don't mind me, I'm just checking on Strava to make sure I'm on the right segment because I didn't sync it with my GPS computer. We are. We're on the right segment, guys. 24 minutes in, time for a Phil watch. You guys see anything back there? I'm afraid to look. Okay, so far so good. Remember, place your bets down below. There is no reward for winning. Just your own personal pride. And nothing in cycling matters more than your own personal pride.
Speaking of pride, I gotta say, I look absolutely horrible here. Part of this is probably the mineral-based sunscreen that makes my already pasty skin look like I haven't seen the sun in 10 years, but that has nothing to do with the bags under my eyes and my super puffy face. That's because a few weeks ago I was viciously attacked by a spider, and by viciously I mean it bit me on my left forearm. I didn't notice it until a few days later when the bite became infected. Long story short, the infection grew to the size of a golf ball. The doctor gave me several rounds of heavy antibiotics, and it has since shrunk to the size of a marble. My gut is completely destroyed from the antibiotics. We won't go into detail there, and I probably should have skipped this ride to let my body finish healing. But I already bought the tickets, I'm here, and this technically is my job, so suck it up, Mitch.
Uh-oh.
Going all the way?
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Do I turn right here? Do you know? All right. I didn't think so either. Thank you. All right. So I just have to say, Hawaii's restoring my faith in humanity. Even the car rental place, super nice.
Ooh, there you go. Good job.
Hey, look, this is a little bit of a climb. All right, we're 40 minutes in. Let's check on Phil. Is he back there? So far, so good.
Meanwhile, back at the start, Phil has completed his warm-up.
The most important thing is there is like a toll booth. You're gonna make sure you get there ahead of me. You're gonna tell them a person on a bicycle is
Are
coming.
we paying for Mitch also?
I believe Mitch is gonna pay for himself.
Yeah, because I think he wanted it for content. We'll find out.
If you're turning on the camera, turn off the Bad Bunny, because I don't have the rights. I don't want to get sued by You don't want me to get sued. Sorry.
Don't worry, Emily, we may not have the rights to Bad Bunny or My Luma or J Balvin, but we do have royalty-free reggaeton.
Road is getting a little bit windier. That's fun. There were a few little pitches back there. Even hit double digits for a second. Kind of fun. All right, we are an hour in. It's time for Phil watch. Is he back there? Before you think like, wow, Mitch held Phil off for like an hour. Hi, pups. We have to remember, he might not have even started yet. Oh, a little switchback. All right, here we go.
I gotta be honest, I'm feeling pretty good at this point. My average power is right on target, 227 watts. My mood is good, my fueling is working, my left forearm is a little tingly, but that's not a big issue. We just might do this climb in under 4 hours after all.
350 watts. I thought this thing was supposed to be like an easy 4-5% the whole way. Last 20 minutes have been more of a traditional climb, a few little switchbacks where you have to put down a little power. I'm trying to stay like around 220 watts, but there are a couple of places where I've had to touch 300. Oh yeah. Hopefully that doesn't bite me later on in the ride as we get up to a higher elevation. Whatever, I edit this so I can take out whatever I want and you won't even know. Ha! I'll make myself look so good. I took a wrong turn. That orange line is where I'm supposed to be. I'm on a white line, which means several miles ago, and probably 1,000 feet of elevation ago, I went straight when I should have turned right. Definitely not getting up under 4 hours now.
Maybe I should actually load the route on my computer. Oy. Wait a second, do you hear what I hear? Is that royalty-free reggaeton?
We're also lost.
Lost too.
Has Phil started yet?
Yeah, he's up there somewhere, hoping he's okay.
Did you tell him that I took the wrong turn? Good. He's probably thinking like, oh man, Mitch is way faster than I thought.
Maybe you should just get in the car and we'll drop you off Big Phil.
No, I'm gonna finish the climb. I gotta do it. Okay, bye, go. We had hit 3,500 feet. We're at 2,000 feet. So, climbed an extra 1,500 feet. Fun. Morning. Oh, come on. Morning. I gotta take things a little more seriously. Or maybe I don't, you know? Maybe I just need to embrace the chaos who I am. I was riding with Francis Cade the other day. We've been trying to go for a ride for a while. We finally linked up. And we were just talking about being creators, and he's learned just to adopt the kind of the chaos of the life as a creator. And maybe I just need to embrace that. Like I'm a control freak without the talent of controlling things. Like perfect example is not loading the route. Just thinking like, well, on the map, it looks like it's just a straight shot up to the volcano. And look where that put me. All right, 3,000 feet. Now we're cooking. I think that guy's gonna beat me up. He's doing a few more watts than I am. I'm not gonna miss this turn. Here we go. Back on track. Not halfway. I was joking about Phil thinking I was really fast, but now I feel bad. I hope that Val and Emily were able to get to the toll station before him so they could pay his toll. If he like misses out on this attempt while riding with me, I'm gonna feel really bad. It's fine when I f up and it only affects myself. I don't like it when it affects other people, obviously, and I never want that. Oh, I really hope they got to him. We got our first, was it ecosystem change? What is it called? As we go up the flora and fauna, vegetation, we've gone from tropical, it's starting to turn a little more temperate. The temperature is going down. Honestly, it feels nice. I'm not sweating so much already. I'm sure in not too long I'll be cold But for now, temperature's perfect. I have climbed 5,923 feet, but I'm only at 4,200 feet right now because of my wrong turn. So still not halfway, but we're closer to halfway than we've ever been.
As chipper as I've been up to this point, there's a demon brewing below the surface, and the only thing keeping this demon at bay is the sugar, aka fuel, I'm consuming. And because of my hour-long detour up the wrong side of the mountain, I'm not gonna have enough fuel, so I gotta slow down my intake. I'm already on my last packet of gummy bears, and I only have half a bottle left of sugar water, and when I run out of that...
I'm at that part of the ride where I'm entering dark place. I don't know, I'm not really enjoying cycling anymore. I look at this, I'm like, I got 2 more hours of this. For what? Like, I know I can do it, so I don't get that same sense of accomplishment I used to, where I like surprise myself. Like, I know I can ride for 2 more hours. I can dig deep. I can get it done, and I'm going to. But do I care? Like, what am I doing this for? Besides eating TPUs. But it's become a job. It's hard for me to find purpose in reading. Even on the stuff that I started out enjoying or monetize my hobbies. I mean, shit. I could go to all these amazing places around the world, and I'm still not happy. Like, what's wrong with me, man?
I promise I'm fun at parties. We're gonna cut away from this guy because it's just too much. Let's go see if the girls caught Phil. Okay, do you think it's safe to check back in with Mitch yet?
It's been really hard to realize, like, all right, even my peak is not that high. It's hard for me to find motivation to keep pushing and keep producing.
Let's fast forward.
Life could be much worse. I am lucky to do this. I still am not enjoying it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've tried so many things. Can't. Oh, yeah?
You and me, maybe you can get photos of each other.
Okay. I hope you feel better. Hi. Have a good one. That's an example of pretending that you're okay when you're not okay. Hey!
Yo, I'll keep you company the last bit if you want to.
That would be great.
You don't mind stopping?
No, not at all. I mean, yeah, dude, you're really throwing off my time.
I mean, I don't know. If you're in a rhythm, you're in a rhythm.
No, there's no rhythm. I'm already at like, how'd it go? What am I doing? Why am I even like?
Oh, it's there. I got it by like 30 seconds.
Congrats!
There will be a link to Phil's full video down in the description. So as soon as you're done with this video, you can go click and watch that. It's not only his whole effort, but his whole vacation. So definitely worth a watch.
Did you all get to the ranger station before Phil?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you think I was fast as for a second?
That was the other thing. I was like, I haven't seen Mitch for a while. I was like, oh, I bet either they missed the turn or he missed the turn or both.
No, see, he knew right away. Do you have the ibuprofen, actually? My little sting is like, it feels weird.
Let's not have much fun.
Oh, I won't die.
Oh.
I refuse to die. Yeah, I'm really excited to ride with you. It's a lot more fun riding with a person.
You've had enough of the solo.
Yeah, Mitch doesn't need any more solo time.
Normally, I find it demoralizing when someone who has already completed a climb turns around and rides back up with me. I mean, that's the kind of jerk move that I like to do to other people, not have them do to me. But actually, having Phil ride these last few miles with me really saved me from myself. I don't know if you can tell, but I was in a pretty dark place.
I'm not feeling the altitude.
Nope.
Not at all.
Just gotta stay within yourself is the thing. If you go a little bit too hard, you pay for it.
Oh man, you're a Solaire and I'm Tade.
I'm gone. I'm dead.
We're cruising, buddy.
Yeah.
We're cruising.
We're cruising for me.
I'm proud of you.
We're zone 0 for Phil.
Even without the spider bite, this is an impressive, like I don't care what your speed is, this is a serious climb.
It is. Still inferior riding with people like you, but I did pass a couple people today, and it's not fair to always like discount the effort that actually is.
No, this is...
Yeah, I'm working hard.
No matter how fast you get up in here, sorry, no matter how fast you get up this climb, it hurts the same.
Yeah.
Like, no one gets to the top and has anything left in the tank. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the beauty of stuff like this.
Volcanic craters are created after an eruption. When the crust of the Earth literally launches into the air, it leaves a hole at the summit. That's science. But the Haleakala crater was not created by an eruption. It's actually two large valleys that were created through erosion who merged at the summit. And the view up there is absolutely incredible. But first, I have to show you something terrifying.
It burns.
After returning from the climb, we discovered that my spider bite had erupted. I've blurred it out because I don't think anybody actually wants to see it, especially if you're watching this video during your lunch hour. I will, however, paint a rudimentary picture with words. A lot of pus and blood came out of the wound, and the skin looked like Swiss cheese covered in black mold. My apologies if you are eating a Swiss cheese sandwich right now. If you can't contain your morbid curiosity, I tell you what, I'll show you the scar at the end of this video. I do have to say the ER staff at Maui Memorial Medical Center were absolutely amazing, and while having a chunk of my forearm chopped up like a piece of chicken and scooped out like watermelon definitely wasn't pleasant, they were very friendly while doing it. The rest of the trip would be spent resting rather than biking, and let's be honest, there are worse places to rest than Hawaii. And look, these are champagne problems, as my buddy Sebas likes to say. I just wish I had known at the time that those last 1,000 feet or so of the climb were my final pedal strokes in Hawaii, because I probably would have appreciated it more.
Mitch got a little quiet. He's fine. He's got it. He's fine.
At least Phil was enjoying those last 1,000 feet or so. He pretty much towed me to the top of the climb.
We'd like to give you guys a certificate of completion.
Oh!
Stamped with today's date.
I love a participation trophy. It was like really not bad until the last 1,000 feet of climbing, and then it became horrible. Phil was talking to me. I just turned on my headphones and I was listening to 90s alternative hits, and he would turn around and say something to me and I just kind of nod while listening. I'm glad it's done. My arm hurts.
Ready for urgent care?
Yeah, I'm ready for urgent care. Totally.
At this point, you might be thinking like I was, whatever happened to the guy whose wife I kept running into and she asked me to take a picture of him at the top of the climb? Am I going to wait around to take a picture of him, or am I going to go? Like, what's going to happen? I'm kind of stressed out about this. I feel bad if I don't, but I should. But is he going to be there? Well, his name is Kevin, and Kevin made it. Here's a picture for proof. In the end, Phil climbed in 2 hours 23 minutes, while my ride took 4 hours 57 minutes. And while I didn't technically hit my sub 4 hour goal, I did get to the top.
Wow. It was worth it for the view.